Little Monkey is more than just a beer. I'm Jeremy Cook. I'm one of the founders of Missing Link Brewing. We've been based on the farm here since 2017, so we're just coming up to our 5th birthday. We started off with a very small kit and we've now expanded into a much larger brewery. We're a modern style brewery producing very modern beers, hop forward, as well as doing a few traditional beers as well. Missing Link Brewing is based on the Chiddingly Estate, just outside of West Hoveley in mid-Sussex in the south of England. We couldn't believe it when we turned on the TV and we saw what was happening in Ukraine. It was, I come from Zimbabwe, which was formerly Rhodesia, and I was growing up there when there were bombs going off and us having to put our heads under the desks as little children, and just looking at the displacement of people and all the families and the children that are having to sort of escape out of the country. We felt we just absolutely had to do something. And so this is where we decided to get in touch with a brewery in Ukraine. We didn't want to get in touch with all the big breweries which probably have a lot of money behind them. We felt we wanted to get in touch with the smaller brewery that might be struggling in the situation. So I got onto Instagram and I sent out loads of messages to the smaller ones that I could find online. And about 2 days later, Illia from PZDK Brewery actually got in touch with us and said, we'd love to do a collab with you guys. And it just felt right from there that this was probably going to lead in the right direction for what we wanted to get involved in. Basically through Instagram and then onto WhatsApp. We actually started having a conversation more on a personal level and nothing to do with brewing or anything like that, and just looking at his situation. And you know, a week before he was just like me, a brewer in a brewery, worrying about what beers he's going to make and what beer festival he was going to be attending. And the next thing, he's having to ship his wife and his son out into Poland and start looking at putting on an army uniform, going and defending his village, and it was just unbelievable story. It's almost like it wasn't actually happening, and we started actually talking about our lives and how similar we were, and my family and his family, and it just started to get really on a personal level between us. When I was talking with Illia, we wanted to make a beer that sort of reflected our style of beers that we make and also beers that he likes. And so we sort of came up with a 7% New England IPA. I did talk about a lower ABV and he was like, oh, that sounds like water. So I was like, okay, we'll go a little bit stronger, we'll go around 7%. And then we started talking about what flavours we wanted in the beer. And his wife loves apricots, so we decided we'd go for a London Ale 3 yeast, which does give that sort of apricot-y sort of flavours and aromas to it. And then we started looking at the hops. And we're really lucky that we get access to some of the best hops in the world. He had a sort of a sweetie shop moment and sort of picked through the hops that he really liked, and we sort of worked those together to come up with the flavours and aromas that we thought would work with the beer. When it came to naming the beer, that was really important, and in the actual camp where Illia is working out of when he's on patrols at night, they found a little monkey. It's a little toy monkey that one of the kids had left behind. And it's become a bit of a mascot for them on patrols. And it was like, well, it works really well with the fact that we're all about primates and monkeys. And so we just decided to call it Little Monkey, named after this little toy monkey that they have in the barracks. One of the things that we've been doing when we've been communicating with each other is we haven't really been talking about the war. That's the last thing that Illia needs to think about when we're chatting about beer, and I feel, and he feels, it's nice to mentally get away from the situation he's in and have a breakout from that. And so all of the conversations we've really been keeping to beer and process and what our brewery's up to and what his brewery used to do and the beers that he likes brewing and everything. So that's sort of been a real good release for him to be able to concentrate more on that and less about the fact that he's in a war zone. The Little Monkey project is, we felt, wanted to be more than just me chatting to Illia and being a release from his situation. We felt we needed to give more back to what they had lost and what they are losing on an ongoing basis. So Little Monkey, we decided, is going to, all the profits are going to go directly back to Illia and other brewers and his family, so that they, after this is all over, can actually start to reconstruct their lives and get back to some sort of normality. Little Monkey is more than just a beer. It's about an awareness for us of what is actually going on the other side of the world, and it's a way of us making a difference. And the only way we can make this difference is by getting this beer sold as quick as possible, getting the money out to them as quick as possible, and hopefully doing another brew of it and getting more money over to them to help Illia, his family, other fellow brewers in the area to rebuild their lives after this is all over. If you like beer and you want to make a little difference to the lives of Illia and his family, please go to our website and buy the beer. It's easy to buy, and we're making sure all the profits go directly to the family and the brewers out there.